But in those cases, especially Japanese, got emotional, like irritated or angry. But Muslim had never got that emotional, and I found they control their emotion. It was really impressive for me. And then I asked them about this. Why are you always so kind, not angry to others? And why do you try to do good things or good behaviors? Or they answered me about that. That's because we are Muslim. We just try to do everything which Quran is written. We learn ourselves by Quran forever. So imagine, if you wanted to drive a car, you would read the driver manual, and it's quite same for humor. That's Quran for us. Hi, Assalamualaikum, it's Shota. First of all, the religion is totally energy word, especially when I was a child. There is a metaphor. It's like a religion, what you are doing. It means you are trying to fall into someone to bad direction with brainwashing. I was born in 1995. Unfortunately, 1995 was a year it happened to big incident by religious group in Japan. And the name is Tokyo subway sarin attack or Tokyo attack, which is killing 13 people and causing temporary problem for nearly 1,000 people. Religious group seems like based on Buddhism. The founder of religious group made some people brainwashing, even doctor, lawyer, or researcher with the name of the training. Finally, the founder made some researchers make chemical weapons and they acted terrorism. After the incident, Japanese came to regard religion as bad things. Even now, 2020 in Japan, conversation with religion is sometimes taboo topic. And if you talk about that, Japanese people would feel bad. And that's because they think you intend to be recruiting to your religion. That's why I don't usually talk about religion with my Japanese friends. Despite of social background, I was interested in religion when I was 15 years old. Actually, I don't know why I was, but I have one story. When I was 15 years old, my hobby was to read book, and when I went to bookstores, I found some books on sale. As I was looking at these books, I found one interesting book. This was commentary books about Christian. Actually, my family was Buddhism, but they didn't believe so much. And also, I didn't think I belonged to Buddhism so much. But when I found this book, I thought I really want to buy and I want to know more religion. I don't know why actually, but it doesn't mean I want to be Christian. I was just curious about that. Hopefully I could buy the book, but my mom said she really didn't allow me to enter religion whatever I want. Usually while I was 15 years old, my parents are huge influential about my decision. Even if there was something I want to do, I couldn't do anything if they say no. That's why I couldn't continue to know more religion at that time. What I cannot decide by myself was not only religion, but also, for example, fashion. When I was 15 years old, I played bass guitar in visual style music like X Japanese or Glaze or something like that. So I make up by myself and wear the unique costume. But for my family, it was totally weird what I did, and they didn't agree with me at all. At that time, the amount of influence of my family was huge for me. So it was very stressful. They showed me bad impression about my activity. That's why I was hesitating to continue to my activity about visual style music or religion or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna talk about education in junior high school or high school in Japan. When I was 16 years old, there's no opportunity to talk with adults except for my family or teachers. It means school teachers also impinged on my way of thinking for good or bad. But I will talk to you about the Japanese education I got over 10 years ago. Why I will talk to you about Japanese education over 10 years ago is because maybe you can understand the Japanese phenomenon over 10 years ago. Of course, the content depends on the teacher. But if you felt bad, I will apologize to you for saying the following things. Some teachers explain us that Japan is the country where it's the most richest country all over the world. Look at Toyota. Most of country use Toyota cars. Even US do. There's no country where it's more safe or more reliable all over the world than Japan. Or Japanese are the people who is most intelligent or who is most diligent all over the world. So you think happy you were born as a Japanese. Be proud or just like that. Most of students, not only me, accept these thoughts from teacher and growed up to be adult. So I didn't change this thought until I met Muslim when I was 19 years old. Okay, we are gonna jump to uni student days. My hometown was Nagoya, which is the third biggest city in Japan, but I passed Ehime University in Ehime Prefecture, so I have to move to there and live alone. But it means I have to take all responsibility what I do. Instead of that, I can do whatever I want without judging from my families. Actually, that's big and good deal for me. In 4 months after I entered to uni, I joined the international program named Suiji. Suiji means Sixth University Initiative Japan Indonesia. Sixth university consists of, for example, Ehime, Kagawa, Kochi from Japan, and IPB, Unhas, UGM from Indonesia. And then we stayed with local people and helped them work. Then finally, we had a discussion and a presentation about the future of rural area. For example, what is strong point? How can we improve the village? Actually, it was really for the first time to communicate with foreigners in English, and I came to find my thought from families or from teachers or from Japanese phenomenon was not definitely true. They teach me a lot of things with communication or with attitude. During a month with Muslim people, I saw the Muslims' lifestyle near from them, and of course it should be really hard to stay with other people in the same house for a month, but we have to discuss almost every single day, especially the day when we are exhausted, working long hours. Everyone didn't want to discuss at night like 9 or 10 a.m. But in those cases, especially Japanese got emotional, like irritated or angry. But Muslims have never got that emotional, and I found they control their emotion. It was really impressive for me. And then I asked them about this. Why are you always so kind, not angry to others? And why do you try to do good things or good behaviors? Or they answered me about that. That's because we are Muslim. We just try to do everything which Quran is written. We learn ourselves by Quran forever. So that imagine, if you wanted to drive a car, you would read the driver manual, and it's quite same for human. That's Quran for us. If you wanted to drive a car, you would learn how to drive from teacher. That's Muhammad for us. After that, I came to respect Islam, and I wanted to know more Islam. As I talked about the circumstances about religion in Japan to you, the concept that religion is very horrible is not true, not worldwide. So after the program, I swear I would be proud of myself. I am interested in religion when even if other Japanese didn't agree with me. In that point, I didn't have knowledge about Islam except for prohibiting pork and alcohol and praying 5 times a day. And Alhamdulillah, I got permission to join Salat Juma every single Friday due to my Muslim friend. Through the praying on Friday, I came up with a bunch of questions. For example, this: why do Muslims have to pray 5 times a day? Why do Muslims say Inshallah for everything? Or why do Muslims do wudu before praying? Or what's the meaning of Bismillah? And more. When I asked my Muslim friend about that, he said there are all answers against question you have in Quran. When you are in trouble, you can read the Quran and it leads us to good direction. Yeah, surprisingly, the Quran is written 1400 years ago. That's amazing. And modern people have bunch of trouble, like working or relationship with family or friends or lovers and more. But if you read the Quran, you would resolve everything. So why don't we learn Quran? Furthermore, Quran has never revised since 1400 years ago, and that has not only long history but also reliable very much. Many researchers have ever studied Islam, for example, medical or hygienic or scientific, psychological and more, but they have ever not disproved the contents of Quran yet. That's why Quran fascinates me more and more. It is said, that human lifespan is around 100 years, but as I already said to you, we have a lot of problem in the daily life, but compared to the age of the Quran, like 1400 years, our life is just only glow of that moment like shining star. I mean, Quran also faces a lot of the barriers named difficulties for 1400 years, but Quran got over a lot of the difficulties. That's why I think it's more wiser to learn how to live a better life from Quran. I'm sure Quran could be my direction, so that I decided to become Muslim. I am enjoying my life with Islam.